I've got a very special pond for you to have a look at today. I'm seriously impressed. Hello.
Hey Lee, how's it going?
Here's the guy that actually built it, and we'll have a look around because this is going to surprise a few people, I think. This pond, when did you build this pond?
4 years ago.
So I came here about 4 years ago, and I haven't been back to see it since, but Toby has finished it off now, and he's made an absolutely fabulous job of this. So this is the main pond at the bottom, and he's got, how many fish are in there today?
16 at the moment.
16 in there, 16 koi, and it's got a 4-inch bottom drain, is it?
4-inch bottom drain, yeah.
Now that 4-inch bottom drain somehow disappears underneath here. It's right down underneath there.
That's right.
I don't know if you can even see that.
That goes to the holding tank with a pump down there, which takes it up to the top to the filter house.
We've got a holding tank with a pump. And how deep is the pond?
7 foot.
7 foot deep. The water's very clear to say it's 7 foot deep. It's incredible. Absolutely amazing. All this decking has been put in since I was here last time. This gives you a fabulous view of the pond from here. I bet you enjoy being on there.
That part from there, Lee's cantilevered.
Right.
So when we go down the bottom, you'll see. So that part there that we'll sit on in a minute, that's cantilevered.
Did you design all this yourself? Or?
No. There's a chap called Jason Payne. He designed it.
Okay.
He's the mastermind. Along with yourself, of course.
Well, thank you very much. I don't think I can take much credit for this, actually.
Well, I had to get advice about all the core and the filter and how to put it all together, and that really helped me with that. Thank you.
Thank you. That's nice of you to say that. Fabulous as this is, with its wonderful waterfall coming in, it doesn't end there. This is just the beginning. Let's take a stroll along here and look at this amazing waterfall. This must be about, is it what, 50 foot long, 60 foot long?
Yeah,
and it's got
something like that. About 37,000 litres.
There's 37,000 litres of water in here, and this waterfall has got numerous bridges where you walk across, fabulous little cascades, and look at the planting. When this planting, now it's all starting to mature, it just looks fabulous. So the chap that planned it, did he decide on all the planting as well, what trees to use and everything?
So he is a designer, and he works with Urban Jungle of Norwich.
Right.
That's a tropical garden centre. So he works with them quite closely, and he's designed the last 2 gardens that I've had, which of course you can see now in its full glory.
I'm so impressed, I'm almost lost for words, honestly. It's an absolutely stunning, beautiful system. And the water is so clear. Absolutely fabulous. So we've got pumps down the bottom that come out the bottom drains, and they take the water up to the top. Now, inside here, this is definitely going to surprise a few people. This filtration system is actually a DIY drum filter.
So this is Righty on YouTube. This is his design, followed through. So it's an RDF drum. You can see the sprocket on the end. Have a look in there as well, if you want.
So Righty is quite a famous YouTuber. Did you get the plans off Righty to make this?
So all the plans from Righty. and then built it. A couple of little bits of advice as well, because I didn't quite trust the epoxy coating, but it's endured the last 3 years.
Wow. Now, just for people that don't know, this is actually, amazingly, this is not plastic, this is made out of plywood.
Made out of plywood, yeah.
And how did you waterproof that plywood?
So it's two-pack epoxy. It's a special 2-pack epoxy that you put on there, which we bought from you.
Right. So this is similar to how you would do a plywood fish tank, for instance.
Yeah, that's
very
right.
similar to that.
Yeah, 2-part catalyst, so resin and a catalyst.
Was that easy to apply, or?
Yeah, it's easy to apply. I used a roller for me, like a little, you know, the little rollers that go behind the radiators, the tiny little foam ones.
Yeah.
So I used one of those for the main parts, and then just a brush for the corners, and 3 coats, and it's been fine ever since. And I've checked it. I check it every year, and it's fine.
Does it need any maintenance of any kind, or?
I just check it when I do my checks at the weekend, just to make sure everything's working properly.
It's very impressive, like everything else. So the water is pumped up from the bottom, and it comes in
over there,
where that big 2-inch pipe is.
So there's a double UV over the back, the Evo 110 link.
Yeah, I can see that one
That
there.
comes through into the chamber at the front, of course, in the RDF.
Straight into your drum filter.
Straight into the drum. We've also added the UV, as Righty's done as well, just to keep the drum nice and clean inside there.
So there's a submerged UV light in there.
So there's UV from the top, it's just in that corner.
Right.
And that just shines down onto the drum. And then it triggers a float switch when it can't put water through the filter anymore. And that turns on this to turn, which is a VW. I think it's a VW windscreen wiper motor. Turns on that, which turns the drum, and it also triggers the pump, which takes water out of the clean side back into the top, and then just through the jets in the top. Can also trigger it as well, just with the button on there.
Is it going to splash us? You can see it going round there. Be a little bit careful, I didn't get my fingers caught in there.
Yeah, I've still got a bit of cover to go on there, and then that waters the bamboo outside, which also feeds it with the nitrogen.
So the water is coming out of here and then going into there?
Yeah, so it comes out of a gutter and then comes back out and comes into the bamboo. But if you look, if you go back that way, around the corner, you'll be able to see back on the bamboo. So all the bamboo's behind there. Look.
And this is all grown up since I came a few years ago. Fantastic. That water that's doing the bamboo, that then just soaks away, does it?
It soaks away into the bamboo, yeah. The bamboo sucks it up. Along with the nitrogen that it loves.
Very, very impressive. Beautiful. Do you spend a lot of time by this pond?
Well, we put this seat here because it's kind of nice to sit here at the end of the day and look down.
This is impressive as it is. Very impressive.
Thank you.
The water's incredibly clear. Do you do a lot of water changes, or is it just the filter that's doing that?
To be honest, I just top up. Don't really do many water changes.
Now this stone is, what's this like?
So this is Derbyshire gritstone.
Derbyshire gritstone.
Yeah, so this is from a quarry. This is their leftovers. And then each piece is designed to fit in with one another.
Behind all this, there is an enormous liner which is joined, I imagine, underneath that stonework there.
Correct.
And then it goes on its way down
to the bottom, and then it joins again. There's 3 joins in it. So one at the start of the river, one in the middle, and then one at the very top of the waterfall before it goes into the main pond at the bottom.
Gosh. And just coming along here now, it absolutely takes my breath away, it really does. Fabulous. This is the view. I'm going to go down this side.
This is my feeding place, Lee.
Oh, it's feeding time. Let's see how they go. They got a good appetite.
They've been really hungry.
There's some quite sizable fish in there as well.
The big yellow one was one of the first ones that we bought from you, along with silverback, we call them.
There's some good looking koi in there.
I'll just turn off the air pump.
Toby's just turned off the air supply so we can have a better look at the fish. And these, was any of these fish fish that you had before you started the pond, or
no.
Are they all new?
No, they're all new.
We've got some nice ones in there. That's a lovely asagi that you've got there. Absolutely beautiful, and a good shower as well. Where did the Ireniga, the longfin koi, come from?
Can't remember where that one was from. There's a couple that we got. The yellow one that's just above it as well. Those two came from somewhere else.
Absolutely amazing. Now there's a sump where the bottom drain discharges. That's going to be over on the other side. Thank you. The landscaping on this entire pond and waterfall, it is just stunning. I mean, it's so well done. Well done.
There's a lot of stone. Each piece was put in place by hand. Let me tell you, your arms start to burn after a while.
And you did all this, didn't you?
I did a lot of it, but
you did all of it. You grafted to make it happen. There's a skimmer there. Does the skimmer not pull it in so strong? It looks like it might need a bit of an adjustment.
Cleaned it earlier.
The weir, what's happening there is the weir needs some more flotation. The flotation material is missing behind the skimmer, so that's why that's not going up. When that's lifting up, look how effective that's making the skimmer work.
Ah, got you.
That's what's missing. Behind this skimmer, there should be basically a piece of sponge or you can use polystyrene, and you stick it in place behind there, and that makes it float up. And when it's floating up, look how well it's getting rid of all the fish's food now. But it's working, and then that's what
that's why it's not coming off so much.
Well, it's worth me coming to see it then and diagnose that.
Yeah.
There's a pump that's drawing the water in off the pond. And we're getting rid of all the bubbles now because we've just fixed the skimmer. That's all that needs there. Just a bit of a
right. I need to get a piece of foam, don't I?
Well, I'd use either a piece of polystyrene and just silicone it in, or you know that packaging material that's
closed cell foam.
Yes.
Yeah.
That works as well.
Yeah.
Well, polystyrene, anything that's a bit buoyant, maybe even a bit of cork or anything, would probably work.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've built a pond?
Yeah.
Goodness me, you did well. This is
time.
You've hit the jackpot first time. And did you enjoy building it and being involved in it?
It was great fun. It was great fun. Obviously, the edge of the house is there, so when you look at the edge of the house and this, it's quite close together. So when that was empty, it was quite unnerving.
Yeah.
Particularly when the framework, which you can just see behind you, was being lowered in by a crane from the field next door.
This is seriously heavy duty, this metal work here.
So that was built by a friend of mine who put it all together.
And is this the sump here?
Yeah, so that's the sump.
So in the bottom of that, there's
a variable pump.
A very big pump, I would imagine.
Yeah, big pump, variable pump, which obviously pumps it then through the pipe. You can just see the top of the pipe, look, right up to the top.
That's the 2-inch pipe.
2-inch pipe, yeah.
You can just see that there. I see you've used all sort of swept bends and everything to maximise the flow.
Maximise the flow, yeah. And then we've just got an overflow in front of you as well.
Is that the 4-inch pipe?
Yeah. So what I can do if I do a water change, I can turn the pump off. And of course, all the water from the river flows down here and overflows the sump here in the bottom pond, and that changes about 10 to 15% of the water, and then I can top it back up.
So what you're saying is you turn off the waterfall, let all the water come down, which raises the level at the bottom, overflows to soak away, and gives you your water changer.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I've been involved with ponds for 30 years, and without a doubt, this is one of the absolute most beautiful ponds I've ever seen, if not the most. You should be so proud of this, honestly.
Thanks very much.
Absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Stunning. Beautiful. In the main pool area, do you know roughly how many gallons are in the main pool area, in the swimming area?
I don't. I could probably calculate it, because the liner there was a template. So we drew around it play school style with a piece of plastic at the bottom, and then also with another piece of plastic on the top to create the ledge. We stuck it all together because it was too wide, and then we measured from the bottom up and then for the sides. So this bottom pond is cut to size. So I should be able to calculate it, but I haven't done.
Of course, if you're doing any treatments or anything like that, you wouldn't need to know just this, you'd know the whole thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, which is 37,000.
How did you just work that out, like mathematically? Or?
No, I put it when we filled it up. We used a measure, and it was 36,653 or something, close to 37.
Beautiful. And Roughly how much water's coming over that waterfall? There must be a good few thousand gallons there.
I think the pumps,
Is it a 30,000?
30,000, but of course
Yeah.
you lose, what,
You've got
2.5 metres.
2.5 meters of head to take it all up to the top up there. So you're probably getting about 20,000 litres an hour over there. And it looks impressive. I mean, sometimes what happens on waterfalls like this is the slightest flutter of wind just causes it to blow back. But I'm guessing that doesn't happen on this.
No, it doesn't. Actually, what I did first of all is the stone that you can see just behind there. I spent a long time on the wellies on there, trimming it. So I spent a really long time to get a beautifully flat waterfall. So you got water coverage across the lot. And of course, as soon as the wind blew, went straight back, dribbled down, and looked rubbish. So that's why I've got a piece of plastic there.
So you got a piece of acrylic, bent it, and that forms that wonderful shape, does it?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
Which has worked out quite well. I keep toying with the idea whether to put it back a little bit, but
I think it looks spectacular as it is. It's actually forming a beautiful sheet, and there's enough water there so that it doesn't sort of get blown away in the wind, and it's not doing what they often do, which is fall into a point before it hits the water. It just looks excellent. Have you ever been in there if it's too warm?
I haven't yet.
It looks like a tropical pool. I'm pretty
Tempted
sure.
yourself?
Absolutely. I think on a hot day I would have no hesitation in stripping down and getting in there, to be honest.
You snorkel on.
It's lovely, absolutely fabulous. Some of these stone pieces, I mean, some of these must weigh, what, 150, 200 kilos maybe?
Yeah, there's some big ones here, particularly those ones you're pointing out there, and some of the bigger ones that are at the top. A lot of the smaller ones aren't too bad, but those bigger ones here, you need two or three of you to push into place. And then for the bigger ones, you have to use some big crowbars to lever them and push them together.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it manually.
So you didn't just get a big machine in here and you didn't just go grab, plonk.
No.
You did all this by hand, didn't you? It's excellent, beautiful. A nice thing about this is you've made obviously every effort to conceal the liner. It almost looks like this was always here. It really does. It almost does. I mean, to pull this off, to get it looking like this in such a short time, I think it's incredible, absolutely fabulous. Without a doubt, one of the best, if not the best pond I've ever seen, actually. Beautiful. Everything about it is just right. The planting's right, the shape of it's right, all of the proportions, the time that you've put into choosing these pieces of stone and positioning them, it just works. I can't fault it. I'm so jealous, honestly. Absolutely fabulous. If you did it again, would you do anything differently?
Not for this one. For the next one, I kind of like the glass fronted ones.
Oh, this is way better than anything with a glass front.
I think particularly from the deck, it's good looking down. That's really good. And also sitting on the edge. Sometimes on a hot day, we sit on the edge there.
Yeah. I think what's nice about this is you've got almost unlimited different vantage points. You've got the fantastic deck area there where you're peering down into it. You've got this area here that's level with the pond, and you've got the amazing the views that you get when you just stroll around. It's nice that it's starting to mature now and you're getting
No, the moss growing
the
out.
moss and everything growing
I
on
probably
there.
need a few ferns as well, just tucked in to the side.
Yeah,
But there's a few still little bits to do, and you can still get the little bits of the liner that you're trying to cover up. You know,
nothing happens overnight, does it? And it must be something that you're absolutely passionate about.
yes, of course. Keep chipping away at it.
You
as well.
must be obviously a keen gardener as well.
Well, actually, the garden doesn't take too much maintenance. It's hacking, really. You've got to hack it up and fill the wheelie bin up because everything grows so well.
So we're on the first bridge here.
Shaping, I think, is the word.
Look at the size of this piece of stone for this bridge. This is all one piece of...
One piece. This was lifted in by a machine
He cheated with this
on
one.
the road. Yeah, that was cheating.
No, that one, I mean, that one must be, that could be getting on for a ton in weight.
Oh,
I'm
God,
not
it'd be heavy,
surprised.
that was. Yeah, it's quite thick as well.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
You get quite a good view from here, Lee, if you've seen that from this point.
You could throw the camera on the floor here and you'd just get a great shot, honestly. You can't fail to be impressed. I wish that I was knowledgeable to point out what all these different types of trees and shrubs and aces and all these are called, but I'm not, so I'm not
big
going to
palm
try that.
trees are Trachycarpus fortunei. So they're Trachycarpus fortunei, you can see there. So they're hardy to -18.
So that rules out everything apart from, you know, your coldest winters.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be there with mild winters, no problem at all.
And there's a lot of formiums there, so you're passing these different formiums, of course, with different colours. Formiums, aces, and then pitsporum as well, like this purple you see here.
This is a lovely looking bush, isn't it?
Pitsporum,
Look at the detail on there.
pitsporum, I think you call it.
That's interesting, a completely different colour on the front to the back.
And when the
you've got-
new flush comes out as well, it's bright green.
Wow. Here's an acer. I do know that this is an acer. Got one very similar to this in my garden that I've put on my video. Fabulous. Nice sound, isn't it?
Excellent.
It's got a different character actually up this end. It really is. It's like, as I said, there's multiple areas. Each area's got a different sort of feel to it.
Sound. It'll be good here because you've got these the tree ferns, the Dixonia antarctica, and then the T-Rex growing up. So eventually the T-Rex will get taller and provide a canopy over the top, and then you'll have the tree ferns below, and you try and get a couple more a bit lower down, and then to your left as well, just down by the stream there. So as the garden grows, you'll get the different levels of height.
There's one thing that you pointed out to me before. These archways, they might look incredibly simple, but there's an awful lot of attention been made to detail here, because I'm right in thinking that you've tapered these all to create perspective, haven't you?
That's right. So these arches are Japanese style arches. So it's a 6-inch oak post cut down to 4 inches. So my friend and I cut these in green oak and then air dried for the top, which was hellishly difficult. We wouldn't do it again.
Well, I think the results are worth it though. I mean, you're standing here and it's almost, they look taller than what they are because the way that the timber's tapering away creates that impression of height. It's a little detail where you obviously put a lot of effort into it, but it's done well, done very, very well.
And you can see the screens down at the bottom as well that we made.
And all these arches, are they all the same height?
So these,
they're like a copy of each other?
yes, that's it. They're identical.
Can't get over it. Fantastic. Do you ever open to the public on a Sunday and let them pay a little bit to charity for walk around? Or
We plan to, but we haven't done yet because it's until this last year. We still had a couple of things to finish off, but I think it's probably time. Next season.
if you've got a few people in the village that want to donate a few pounds to charity, open your garden up, and there's going to be some very, very impressed people having a walk around here.
Thank you.
Fabulous. I told you was going to be impressed with that because I don't know what to say. Thank you very much for showing me around.
No problem, Lee.
I'm speechless. It's beautiful. Well done. And thank you. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed watching it and you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to struggle to put anything else that can beat this on, but thank you very much. It's bye for now from Lee.
Cheers.
And this is not the Japanese water gardens. I wish it was.